Alright, we're back. Okay, I got a set of copper core plug wires. Make sure these will fit into the coil up here. These are small ones, but they're still, I think they're 8s. Yeah, they don't tell you what they are. They're cheap-ass copper core plug wires, what they are. Just what we need for old bikes. Alright. Nice. That's a good one. Right through the hole of both of them. Alright. Alright. You know that copper core can sit so right on them. When you cut them, you know it too. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is figure out how much plug wire we need. Stock type coil is way in the back. Okay, it goes through here. There's supposed to be a clip that holds this right here, which is not on this bike. So this goes all the way back to here. And this one here goes over here somehow. Usually goes straight up like that. So you can either cross them in the back or cross them at the front. Probably want to run it like this over here. I'm not sure how far in the coil this wire goes. So there should be a Phillips screwdriver floating around here somewhere we're just using. Appears they don't go very far. Maybe this much. It goes in the bottom of that hole. Could be something in there. It's a funnel-shaped hole with a little brass titty sticking up. So you jam your wire down into to get contact. Pretty straightforward. I'm tired. Alright, so this is going to go in there probably about, maybe that far. That's about it. So you got to make sure you got plenty of wire to do what you need to do with it. I'm going to cut it right here so I know it's got enough. Make sure it goes in the hole. Ooh, it does. That is a good sign. It's a very important thing to be able to go in the hole there. We're a little bit on the long side, which is not a major issue at this point. Now, if you see, look in there, it's copper core. So you can see how there's copper core down inside this thing. But we can show you too by cutting off some of this. This case's a little long anyway. So this has got stainless wire and this copper core. Now this could be nickel plated, tin plated, copper, or it could just be stainless wire in here. You don't really know which one it is. It's one of them. Now probably the best way of doing this is you just spread this out a little bit like this and then jam it down in that hole. Now you got all these little tear wall contact. Now just rely on that little titty in the center to do it. So that's probably how I do it. Just jam it in there like that. It only goes in there that far. And you can see what kind of a mark it leaves in the bottom. Oh, kind of a mark it does when you jam it in there. Alright, I like how it goes around the outside. That's pretty good. So you get good contact. The only problem is it's probably not supposed to go in that way, I bet. It's probably only supposed to hit in the middle, I bet. Yep. Yes. It's all plastic nylon coated tube, so you don't want stuff on the outside. But it doesn't start to be steel until the very top, so this would still work. It wouldn't really hurt anything being like this. Alright, so I got to get this cut to the length I want. Obviously it doesn't go in there very far, so I'm going to have to shorten this one up quite a bit. Have it long enough to be able to be functional, but not so short. Makes it hard to use. I think it's something like this here is about what we want. Okay. Basically, it only hits on the little tit, so no real reason to go any more than that. Let's see, I need a booty. Okay, these are the little seals to keep the water out. And this is the nut that squeezes it all together. So you can put that on there. A little CRC on here. See, I use CRC 336 for everything instead of WD-40, which I hate. Okay, now we stick that in there. Jam it in there. Looks like it's hitting in the center where we want it to. Okay, push that down. Take the nut. I'm going to push on the cable pretty hard. Make sure I got pulling good into the tit down in there. All right, should be like that. So it's a little bit on the long side, but it doesn't matter how much you want to shorten that up. Probably could shorten up a little bit. That's what's nice about this design. You can just cut off what you don't want. It's better to start with a little long and a little short. So I'll take a little bite off. All right. Take a look at it. It doesn't look too bad. So you can make it as short as you want. You gotta go right from here right to here, but it's just a matter of how much you don't want it in there. I'm thinking I could take a little bit more out. It'll probably be this short, it'll be all right. Get carried away. Take a big chunk out. That looks a lot better. Okay. Shove it in. All right. So we don't stick up very far in the frame. We got plenty of room to get this in and out without being a problem. Should be all right. Put a little twist in there will help it natural bend. All right, I'm good with that one. Okay, now we got the other one to do. Okay, a little bit extra on here, but not a lot. Should be a lot of gas tank clearance. I'm thinking we only need, shorten this one up just a little bit. Where'd the rubber go? Lost my rubber. There it is. It was trying to get away. Yep, it was trying to get away. That one looks pretty good out of the box. So these are going to settle in with time. You just gotta keep cranking them down until they stay put. Alright, so a little bit different way of doing plug wires, but so the other way was you had these crimped on. Oh well, we didn't use that style. The old way of doing it. There's extra parts for in case we need them down the road. That's always a plus, right? Alright, so I'm going to pull this out. I'll put the wire in here because I got to do a spark test. Make sure we got spark. Except I don't like using these plugs for spark tests. I got real spark plugs for doing spark testing with. Spark plug tester. Cut the electrode off. There you go. The spark tester. You can hear it go zap, zap, zap too. No doubt about it. You can hear it. Alright, so you just lay that one there. Put that one over there, you can see it better. It doesn't really matter where it's at. Okay. I'm going to get this cleaned up and then we're going to try to get some oil pressure in this pipe. Okay, we're doing a few loose ends here. Put nuts on our bolts here so we don't lose them. Gonna hook up the fuel line on the carburetor yet. Okay, I got my battery down here. I went and grabbed the battery. So we hook up our positive here. I got the ground hooked up over here to the fin. So when I put power to the coil right here, which is right off the ignition switch, it powers up the dash up there. So you see the lights are now on up here and up there. So that should give us our idiot light. We got two lights running right now, so that's a good sign. Unhook the battery. And we got our spark plugs ready to be tested here, so it'll spark, it'll do that. Actually, I can test that real quick by, yeah, we'll do it while we're kicking. Okay, so I got the gas lines right down here. So I got to get that to go through here, like that. And then it goes up to the tank up to here, which we don't have because the tank's laying over there. I don't feel like putting gas in the tank. So we're going to go ahead and just use my little dummy tank. So right off the bat here we have the filter right here piece. So get this on here. Tighten it up too, make sure it doesn't leak. It's tight. Okay, here's our gas line sitting right here. Put that on the other direction, so you're in my way. You're in the way again. Okay, gas line points up toward the sky on the other side. This goes right through here. I got it started. I'm sure this is going to have to be recontoured at some point. Otherwise known as bend at the fit. Actually, this isn't going to work because, yeah, he's got bogus lines on this bike. I forgot about that. Can't use this stuff for his bike. Yep. Not going to work. It's not original bikes, it can't take original parts. put down the original part we need, or not the original, but the aftermarket. See, I used the modern petcock because these aren't original tanks. Original tank would have a gas shutoff rod through here, which we don't have, so can't use original carburetor parts on a non-original bike. So if you go over here, see if we can find anything. There's some stuff in the carburetor here. Somebody's making a mess and dropping their piston rings. This is the carburetor that we stole. Okay, now we can go in the box over here and look for stuff we can use. This here is all original parts, as I recall. Yep. That. That's going to work. That piece right there is what I think we're going to need. Hopefully that's it. I remember seeing one. So, hopefully that does the trick that we need. I'm not sure where that's supposed to go on, but we're going to figure that out right now. It goes someplace. The other thing I see that's missing is, what are we doing for a breather on this bike? Yeah, worry about that later. Okay, so we don't know where this is going to go. We just know it's going to go over here someplace because the fuel line's going to hook to it. First thing I'm going to do is unscrew this so we can see where it's going to go, because I don't think it's going to adapt onto this piece. Looks like a straight thread, which is not going to seal anything that I own in here. See, it doesn't screw onto this. Screws onto this, but without having a way of sealing, what's it going to do? Maybe you're supposed to put a gasket against it. There's nothing for it to center against on the inside. It'd have to have an O-ring. Looks like it had an O-ring in here of some type. So that would go up under there and do that. So what we need is an O-ring. It'll go over this to do it. And we're eliminating this piece so it doesn't use this. Too bad, because it looked better if it was going like this across. Look a hell of a lot better. I know they make these with different things that go on, just different pieces. So if you had one that went onto here, it would look real nice because it'd be hanging down like stock and you wouldn't notice the lines going across as much. This one here is the gas line. Alright, so we need an O-ring of some type. So first thing we're going to do is go get a needle and seat. So we don't have to screw on, try and carry the whole carburetor around with us. I just happen to have a couple of them in here. So here's the needle and seat. That's the piece that goes on there, theoretically. So all you do is find an O-ring. And I have a sneaking suspicion that a Harley Davidson O-ring will fit in there just fine. The late model Evo style oil pump. O-ring will work. Should have some of those in here. Tight quarters over here. So, go in here. Got our O-ring selection here. So we look down in our box of goodies in here. And we see we got some kind of O-ring that we can use. Oops. A couple O-rings in here we can use. Alright, so we have a big one and a small one. I'm thinking the bigger one is the one to use. Maybe not. Not quite going in there. That one there obviously is too small. What's the difference in cross section of the two? They feel about the same. If you lay it on a flat surface, you can tell pretty easy a lot of times. Okay, we need one that goes around here. Obviously this goes around this one just fine. So I'm thinking that's the one we're going to try to make work. If that don't work, we'll try the small one there. Alright, so we've got two choices to use. Advantage of having a bunch of parts. You can fix problems. Oop. Okay, so we need a... Must be metric. Nope, 5/8. Okay. So there's our small O-ring here, so we don't want to lose it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to try to adapt this onto here. Something that's not designed to do. Now we should put some oil on this stuff so it's got some slippery action going on. If you don't put oil on the O-ring, it's going to want to grab a hold of the metal and tear. And we got to make it drop into this damn groove here where it's too tight, or chamfer. So let's try to lube that up a little bit. Maybe we coax that thing to go up in there. It looks like there's going to be some tension on it, which is good. Doesn't appear to be poking through anywhere. It's fitting in there nice. Okay. Oh, wrong wrench. Still good. It's not squeezing any rubber out, so that means it's sealing. Hopefully. Okay, so I think we got what we need. So now we hook our gas line right to that, and hopefully that'll give us what we need in the way of gasoline. So we can get this thing started. We'll see. Alright, put these tools back. Put the O-ring back. Good thing I know how that goes. Now we need a gas tank. We just happen to have a rubber hose right here. Right on here. It almost goes on. There we go. Nice tight squeeze. And we got a fuel tank that's a little bit too short to get up high enough to do what we need. And wrong fitting. We need a straight and down fitting for this one, which we don't have. And we're going to need a hose clamp on here too. Alright, so let me see if I got a little bit longer piece of line. Like about 2 foot longer than this. So I'll be back. We'll see if I can find something. Alright, we're back. So I got a couple feet line here. So we got to try to make this work. So the first thing I do is get this up on here. Looks like this must be 5/16 here, not quarter. Yep. Should have a bigger hose. Or put this outside the sun, if we had any sun. to worry about that falling off. Okay. That's good to go. Here's that one. Everything's hard and dry around here. Looks like it's winter time or something. Okay. Alright, fuel tank is ready. Need to put a little rotation onto that. It's not going to work very good though, because need to straighten down. We don't have it straight and angled. Yeah, small ass fittings. Well, that was a good stunt there. That wasn't connected to anything. There, how about that? It almost works. Yep. Alright, that'll kind of work. Get it dangling up here. That looks really safe. Yeah. Got enough around here anyway. Okay. Now for some real fun. How many kicks before we get oil pressure? 1 or 1,000? I need my exercise. I should fix that kicker. Pressing situation over here. So we're going to put a little bit of squeeze on this sucker. Ooh, that's easy to move. Obviously it's not a Harley part. It's kind of semi-diamond shape now. Alright, so now I go back down to our kicker down here and see how tight it goes on. Appears to be tighter than it was. Yep. Yeah, looks like a good fit now. Alright. Pull out the little body hammer. Make it fit. Appears to be going on slowly. Going sideways a little bit. I think we need something else to hit on besides this. Yeah, I think I squeezed it too much. What do you think? There it goes. There. It doesn't wobble around anymore. Piece of crap import bolt too. All right. Yeah. I'm sure I'll get all the comments about how I didn't do that right. I did, and I over squeezed it, but it's tight. I don't think you need to bolt on it right now. There. Oh, it doesn't wobble anymore. You probably want me to just let it wobble. Should have been fine. Alright, here you go. Time for some exercise. I wonder if there's going to be oil pressure in the near future. Probably not. So, there's the idiot light. You can't see it. Somebody put a fuel tank in the way. I don't know who would have done that. And over here in my way. I always kick the camera. I'm jumping up and down on the kicker. Having fun. How about that? That's how you work out your knee tightness. It also breaks in the rings. Yeah, let's see if we got any oil pressure. And we're also going to look for spark out of the spark plugs. See if we got any of that also. Tiring job working on Harleys around here. So we're looking for a little bit of spark right here. On those two spots there. I don't know if you can see it here. Right down here. And we want that other light up here to go out. Let's see what happens. Good spark on that one. That appears to be sparking good there. Yeah, light up here. going out and then stay out. Tired. Alright, there's the oil pressure. That's the generator. That's not going to work. This one won't. So, we are getting oil pressure. It's not building up very much. Alright. My leg's getting tired. I don't know why. That was fun. So we know we're pumping oil, but we don't have enough oil to build pressure yet. So ideally we want to build pressure so the lifters will pump up and not make a lot of noise when we first start it. I almost put that in. That's not the one that goes in. It's one of these. I'm going to put the shiny one in the back. We'll put the crap one in the front. Yeah, crappy is right. There's one you go in the hole. Yeah, what's going on now? There it goes. That's going to be an easy spark plug hole to cross thread and screw up. If you force it in, you'll destroy that plug hole. And we'll be back with the heads to fix again. Good joy. Alright. Figure where all these go. I'm thinking this one goes here. And this one goes way over here. How about that? That's a pretty good plan, huh? Whew. I need a little bit of gasoline. Something down there. Needs to go into the tank. And then we need to make sure it doesn't leak all over the floor with a petcock. That'd be kind of a bad thing. So I need to get me a little drain pan because I know it's going to leak, right? Alright, there's a drain pan. I'll catch some of it. Get my fuel tank leveled out a little bit. That'll be good. Oh. This camera's way too close. There, that's much better. And make sure you tell me if I'm not doing this right, because I'm sure I'm not. Oh, it's tomorrow already. Yeah, see the clock over there? It's tomorrow. Perfect time to start a bike up in the neighborhood. That was it. Must be a California gas can. We don't got no gas in. A lot of gurgling going on. Yeah, got a little bit in there. Just enough to spill out when I kick. And there goes our gas leak. How'd I know that was going to happen? I think it's a float leak though. Yeah, that's a float leak. It's called a brass float not working. What a shocker. difference. We'll see. Let the gas flow. Hey, it did help. It worked. Miracle. Yeah, we appear to have gasoline in the motor now. That's good. It's primed already. Yeah, good deal. All right. That was nice. Okay. Go to the gas leak to clean up. I'm going to clean up this gas leak. I'll be back.